Hey! I forgot to
what's
turn
up?
the main light on.
I was like, why is it look so dark? Guess who's
This is a little rusty.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Super bright now. Look at me. I'm all
I can see
handsome.
everything.
Yeah, I like it.
God.
Oh man, it feels good to be back.
Doesn't it?
Behind the light, behind the camera,
In front of
Or
the light.
in front of the light.
Totally in front of the light right now.
Completely.
Not behind the
Entirely.
light at all. Yep, everything sounds good. My forehead is in the thing. I'll deal with it later, whatever.
Oh, Kester's P, you sub.
I did. I did, in fact, do that. Hold on, I'll fix that. That's going to annoy me.
Yeah.
Eh.
A little bit more.
Eh.
There you go.
Yeah, nailed it. Hooray for technology. And also to make sure my phone's actually not on.
We're also a great start. I like it. It's
We're
like I
welcome
never
back.
left.
Yeah. Legitimately like we never left. All right. How are you doing?
I'm full.
You had the wonderful, honestly, wonderful idea, but
You know, in my head, it sounded a lot better. So, like, I'm cleaning at the house. I'm running late. I, like, hop out the shower. And I'm like, fuck, I got to get to BGS. We got to do this cast. I'm hungry, though. And I don't have time to make anything at home. So, I text Pat, hey, Pat, I'm going to McDonald's because I'm going to get some garbage food and shove it in my fat mouth.
and I'm
What
like,
do you
okay,
want? He's like, fries,
you
yo.
have my attention.
So we ended up getting just the Mickey
not
D
adjusting.
dinner box thing.
Oh
My
God, you walked in
God.
with that, and I was afraid.
My God, and it's a sizable box. Like
It's a whole box.
there's
it
4
turns out.
sandwiches, 4 fries, and 10 nuggets, and I got a drink because why not? It was $1. They have, dude, you can get any drink you want there for $1, any size, any drink.
That's surprising.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, how did they keep the lights on?
How the Well, what's up, everybody? How's it going?
Right. Oh, I totally
mean-
spelled right wrong. I also forgot the word noun that's supposed to come after it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got it. We're trickling it back.
Yeah,
How's it
we were
going?
out for a little while, but now we're
Yeah.
back. It's kind of nice. It was a nice break.
It was a nice break.
It was awesome.
You moved to a new place.
I did, in fact, move to a new place.
I helped him move to a
You
new place.
you also, in fact, helped me move to the new place. These are all true statements that you're saying.
There's the bar is set up now, so
Yeah.
it's like Pat's
Yeah.
ready. He's all home. He's home.
The Xbox, TV, and the liquor has been situated.
That's all you need, and
Yeah.
the internet's on.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was on before anything else. I'm pretty sure.
Like I can't step foot into this place unless the internet is on.
I'm pretty sure that legitimately was one of the first things that turned on. I think after you guys left, I
Called him.
immediately switched that over.
That's great.
Well, I mean, if I'm gonna
That's
be there,
phenomenal.
I'm gonna make
You
sure
might
it's,
as well
it's up.
be comfy, dude. Live your best life.
Oh, I do. We should probably do the intro. I mean,
I guess,
not-
yeah.
I'm not saying we should, but we should probably do the
Maybe
intro.
it's about time.
Hello, welcome back to the Buffalo Game Space Podcast, number 64.
Oh, like Nintendo 64.
Yeah,
64-bit podcast.
it is
right
in
now.
fact the same number.
This is great. I missed this.
they both do have the same number, and we are streaming this on October 25th, right? Did I get the number right? Yeah,
yeah.
2017. I'm your host, Pat Custon. There's only one other person here.
Isaiah Smith.
Yay! So does it really count as a host when it's just one other dude?
Sure.
Yeah, why not? I'll take it.
Host of the party right now.
This is a hell of a party.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
Damn right it is.
It is weird, but about the Buffalo Game Space. We are a nonprofit in Buffalo, New York, where people come to be a part of a community of game developers. We have all kinds of devs. What are you? What would you classify yourself, I guess?
I'm a programmer. I code. I write codes, and I try to do art and music and other things, but I stick to code. That's
Apparently, I said October in the date, too, according to
you
Fletch.
did.
Did I?
You did.
It's August. It's actually August 25th. Not that it really quite matters, but yeah. I'd be okay with it being August. I like the fall.
It is August. You mean October? So now you're just getting it mixed up both ways.
Yeah. Oh. Somebody else's head hurt?
It's all that McDonald's, dude.
Yeah, that McDonald's.
That fried
I was
grease.
doing so good, and all of a sudden, like,
Clogging up the
man,
arteries real quick.
man, I got slowed down so hard after that.
I think we both took one bite and just let out
like,
a collective groan. Just
Why do we do this?
and sorrow coming out. It was terrible, but it was so good. McDonald's is like my guilty pleasure.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
100%.
I can agree with that 100%. Yeah. But I would classify myself as a 3D modeler and a really shitty host. But we have everything from artists, musicians, programmers, and just other web devs, stuff like that. Any donations you'd be willing to give, whether they be on the BGS website, which is, do I get it right? That one. Drop that in the chat. Any donations you'd use with that link, or a little bit down below, if you click the BGS logo down below, as I said down below twice, it will help make the BGS and the sound booth better. Right now, we're trying to get a new ring light.
Yeah.
That way, it would be better for the room anyway than the box light. And that's only $100.
It's only $100.
Only $100. There's the McDonald's.
A
Oh,
little Rick in there.
the next one's gonna be for us to get liposuctions. Yeah, so any donations you make during the stream will go to that. And since we are a Twitch affiliate now, not only can you give us bits, but if you subscribe, you can get one of the coolest things I've ever done in my entire life, which is make a emote of Futch.
Oh, I fucking love it.
Which
that's so great.
yeah. So I'm quite pleased with how that turned out. We finally got
that's
it
so
a couple
great.
weeks ago. They finally approved it.
It's beautiful.
So if you want to be part of history and also have an emoticon of Futch's face to drop in whatever stream you want,
Just all of them.
all of the streams. I hear that Quasi guy really likes it when you do stuff like that.
Damn right.
Yeah. Fucking subscribe. Yeah. As Futch says, oh God. You've been
It's you,
immortalized.
Futch.
Yeah, you've been immortalized.
Forever on the podcast.
Yeah, you know that's a photo I took that from too, was?
From the Halloween party?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
With the baby. It was the hangover foot.
Yep.
It was
Hangover
great.
Futch.
Oh, it was so good.
Yep.
Bring
Man.
it back. You got to do it again this year, but with a real baby foot.
Yeah.
You got to upgrade the
No,
costume.
he threw the baby. Don't use the real baby. Please, God, no.
All right.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Take a step back.
Yeah, yeah, that stuff happened to that poor child. Again, for full disclosure, not a real baby. For people who
Yes,
don't
you
know.
do not throw a real baby.
He did not throw a real baby. Swearsies. BGS news.
Dun, 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 dun.
Speaking of Quasi, he has a online multiplayer shooter
what?
where your bullets grow the guns.
Oh shit!
And the only way to get more ammo
How?
or find new weapons is to grow them yourself or
No,
harvest the
oh
plants
God.
grown by other farmers. And it's out right now
Fucking on Steam.
on early access. I think it's $10. At
Yeah.
I always ask
Yeah.
that question every week. I don't
Just-
remember. At some point, I should write it down.
If you had $20, 100% shotgun farmers would be 10 of those. You should spend 10 of those dollars on shotgun farmers.
What should the other 10 go to?
We'll see.
Maybe from our very own TJ Cortez. Wow, we are awesome. Some 2D platformers give you rewards like more points or extra lives when you jump on multiple enemies without touching the floor. Fist Elimination Tower offers you a much grander prize for this: survival. Play as a queue of randomly generated contestants that enter the tower, all hoping to win cash prizes, i.e. hats, and the glory of being the first person to ever reach the top of Fist's Elimination Tower. But you'll have to look out for Fists, and that is coming out August 28th.
Oh, that's like 3 days from now.
That actually really is. I
And
think
guess
that's
what? You should
Monday.
also, again, you know how you had $20. You had a $20 bill. You threw it in your monitor. It got ripped in half. 10 of it went to Quasi. The other 10, I think it's $10, should go to our friend TJ to buy Fist Elimination
I don't
Tower.
think you know how money works.
That's not how it is. You don't open the DVD drive and then you just stick the
No,
dollar bill in
no.
there and then you just shove it back.
Is this why you've always been having trouble with your tower?
That's 100%. That's
Oh.
how I do it.
Well, there, yeah.
No wonder my Amazon packages don't get delivered. Fuck.
Anyway, I don't know where to go to from that. But yeah, he's finally got a date for it, August 28th, which I think is either Sunday or Monday, if I'm not mistaken. Today being Friday. It's next Monday. Next Monday. So yeah, he's finally got a date for it. He's only been working on it for roughly 14 years.
Give or take.
Yeah, something like that.
But it's good. It's fun. You should definitely buy it.
You absolutely, totally, 100% should. Don't know the price yet. I don't know if he knows the price yet, but well,
I thought he said 10.
10 sounds about right. It sounds
yeah.
about right. Yeah. Fun game. If you ever watch the intro reel that I run, use the crap out of because that's my go-to. Yeah, that and also it's just easy to be. That's my go-to. Hey, Quasi's hosting us! Hooray!
Quasi's hosting and Foot
donated $10.
$10. Bringing that bar from
Foot said, "You made it. Glad to have the cast back on the big screen for the pooper."
Started here.
I did.
And it's here.
I didn't turn off the audio.
Oh, she's still speaking.
That was her in the other room. I don't know. I kind of liked it. I'm like, what's the robot voice doing? So we were a tenth of the way there for a new ring light.
What was the message? I didn't even hear
it says like, I think if Streamlabs is up, it's you've been donated $10 or something like that. It's just to notify you.
All right,
but
cool.
Apparently Streamlabs is still open on the other computer. We're professional here.
Nice.
Wow. This is
great.
Wonderful roller coaster.
This is
I'm
fantastic.
having a lot of fun right now. I'm not gonna lie.
This is fantastic.
So much fun. So Quasi's doing it. Everything I say to him has to end with yo. So it's like, thanks, yo. Hey, how you doing, yo? Everything.
Goodbye, yo.
So, on to, we should probably do the news, right? We got a lot of shit to discuss tonight, so we should, move on. So, KFC has a VR employee game.
Yeah.
Now, I got this video from PC Gamer's YouTube channel, but
look at that.
Point of it is, players are stuck in a room with Colonel Sanders, and they must inspect and look at the chicken as it falls from the ceiling as Colonel Sanders yells at them. I believe his intro line is, "Here comes the chicken."
I feel like this is like a weird food portal.
It's pretty nuts.
Fan game.
Eventually a robot comes to help you. And the colonel tells you that you'll never be replaced by robots. And if you fail to do the proper amount, you're stuck in the room with the colonel forever.
Oh my god.
So if you've ever played Job Simulator, which is like a Rick and Morty thing, it's very Job Simulator. Gotta give them credit where credit's due. I think they nailed it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just wait for it. It's gonna happen. And here comes the chicken now. And it just literally...
It's just... Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it would be an alive chicken. No, this is already... You just gotta cook it.
It's supposed to be a test. I believe it takes 20 minutes to cook a full thing of KFC chicken. I think they cut it down to 10 minutes in this. It's kind of mesmerizing, I'm not gonna lie.
There's not even grease in there.
Nope.
It's never gonna cook.
Oh, you'll fix it. Don't worry. You got this.
But then the grease is not gonna... What? This is not how you...
Don't ask questions.
I have...
Well, that's why they're doing the training videos, so they learn how to do it.
I have generations of cooking chicken under my belt. All right? I will not shy away from saying it. That is not how you make chicken.
I like how there's one just hanging out solo at the very edge. Like you have to reach
a little rubber
over.
Chicken, yeah.
Yeah. What?
That's a little rubber chicken.
Oh, I don't remember that. I don't remember seeing that.
Oh my god, this is great.
It's pretty weird. It's
fantastic.
a good weird. It's a really good weird though.
You just boiled chicken. That just doesn't look right. Oh, that does not look right.
Yeah, that's disturbing. I don't know what to think about this.
Oh my god.
I have to say, I think they nailed it.
No, I 100% want to play this.
When I first heard this, I was like, this sounds kind of dumb. But now, actually, upon looking at it,
seeing how it works,
it's pretty awesome. Like, I wanted to play it beforehand, but I didn't get a chance to because you can play it. It's free. to dig it open. Apparently, it's been kind of deemed a rite of passage for employees now to play the game.
What?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
But
Uh-huh.
how? Like, my question is, how are the employees supposed to play it?
I mean, Oculus Rift.
I mean, but like, is KFC not considered like a fast food place? Like, aren't those generally lower paying salaries and jobs, and people probably don't have the literal $1,000+ to just...
Oh no, they supply the Oculus. They're not going to be like, all right, you need to buy an Oculus Rift. I don't even have a computer.
All right,
but you need an Oculus.
Okay, cool. That makes sense. I expect you to...
It is a lot closer to that, yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So yeah, there's it's pretty nuts. Yeah, it's an experience. I don't want to spoil too much of it. If you have an Oculus, you guys should go play it. I might still play it later tonight. Yeah.
He's like a Pokemon trainer. Look at that.
I know you have to bread it as well.
This is great.
So yeah, you boil the chicken to get it ready. Now you're gonna have to get it all out of there, bread it, and then actually fry it. Wow. Yeah.
Mesmerizing.
Right?
This is fantastic.
This is pretty fantastic. Like they fucking nailed it.
Wow. I love it.
All right. But we'll switch. So yeah, if you're interested in that, is this what you want to play last night as research? Yes. Yes, it is. This is what, because I heard this and I'm like, I
need to do this.
For journalistic purposes, I need to investigate this.
For the greater of BGS, I need to...
I'll take the bullet. Somebody's got to do it.
Ooh.
But yeah, so that happened.
It's great.
It's pretty fantastic.
I want to play it.
So do I. I'm not gonna lie. It's whoever they made that, they killed it.
I just gotta say, food places PR is getting so much better.
Right? Like was it Arby's' Twitter?
Arby's has been killing it for like months at this point.
Well, they've had that Twitter account for years at this point.
No. I think Wendy's is the Twitter account.
Is it the Wendy's Twitter account?
Arby's is the I always see it on Facebook. Where
I'll investigate.
They make paper mache and...
Yeah, that's what I thought. But they also do like jokes and shit like that.
So Wendy's, I know, on Twitter, they always do the clapbacks. Like where somebody will say something and then they just
they fire back
with like some just dope fireness. It's awesome.
Yeah, but yeah, Wendy's does that. Let's check out Arby. Because I know, like, when Overwatch came out, they actually had, like, they made Tracer's gun.
Yeah.
Like, that's, first off, amazing. Like, how do they do that? And he's not a bunny? Oh, it's a tick.
Yeah.
And, yeah, Arby's does all the pop culture shit.
So good.
But, yeah, good times had by all.
Can't be
Sending just a roll.
Yo, I should have asked for fucking...
that was
sauce.
awesome. That was awesome too.
Oh, that was so good,
Matt. Yeah, and then I think they sold it for charity. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. It's just a huge gallon, like industrial size.
Like, how do you think that conversation went? Like at McDonald's, like they watched that episode and they're like, "We need to do this."
Yeah, let's jump on this.
Like there is a PR golden opportunity right now.
Legit.
Like we need to fix this.
Oh yeah.
And then what do you think fucking Justin Roiland was like just hanging out and all of a sudden like, hey, you got a package from who? McDonald's. Like who and no, McDonald's. Ronald McDonald sent you a package.
Do you think he knew?
Yeah, he kind of like the second he learned who it was, he's like
they didn't. No, bring it here.
I need to investigate this. Open it up. Did you ever read what the bottle says?
No,
it's like they found a portal to 1998, and they were only able to get one bottle from it.
Oh my gosh!
Because they didn't want to keep the portal open.
It's so great. Yeah.
It's pretty. It's fantastic. Next on the list,
sauce, Morty.
That's the only place I can get it, Morty. Next up on the list. This one's kind of weird.
I like weird.
Comcast and Activision are working together on the Call of Duty World War II beta.
Who?
Judged.
Call of Duty.
No.
Even as I started reloading, I was like, don't be that guy who's reloading when you meet the enemy.
Reloads the one bullet they
What they're doing, I believe, is
I waited to reload because I was like,
this
no,
is
don't
the
do it, Jane.
World War
And then
II
I just
beta.
couldn't.
It's fine.
I believe
It's
Couldn't
fine. You've got to
resist
get
the
the
urge to
first one out of the way
If not,
first.
this
Yeah,
is like
okay.
from a
So, you know,
convention.
6
Yeah, do all
months.
the killing later.
Yeah.
All right, so it's
Help it.
like a wreck farmhouse.
Can you run
Okay.
it?
Oh, there's people. There's people.
Oh,
There's people. Retreat.
Ah, oh, good.
Okay,
Okay,
let
I've
your-
got blood all over
do
my
my
face.
little
Let your
here.
historically
So
accurate
the
Alright,
shield
companies
damage
are coming together to
regenerate.
give
Okay.
Xfinity
He's coming around the corner, he's coming around the corner. Hang on,
internet
hang on,
customers
hang on.
access to the upcoming multiplayer beta.
Shoot him! Shoot him! Yes! Look at that kill! Air horns. Air horn, air horn, air horn. And, okay. It's,
By the way,
He's my
this,
hype man today.
okay.
Oh no!
this
Oh
is
no! No! No!
outside
Why am I
Xbox
still
feature.
here in this house?
I don't, because you
But,
had
Such a
yeah,
bad
yeah,
idea.
okay, flank.
I'm
Are
gonna
you
go down where
a
I feel
com-
safe here
we
in
don't
the
have
trenches.
Comcast up here,
Flanking
do we?
around.
Flanking, charging.
Oh!
Yeah, we're all time
Yes!
Yep.
Oh my god,
You
that
having
was
trouble
amazing.
finding the mute?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just mute it. Yeah, just make it easy on everybody. Odds are you're gonna have to do that for every single one.
That's
'Cause,
cool.
Unless
I'll get my exercise in for the
media
day.
audio. Hold on, out of curiosity.
Can't hear me.
Yeah, it's because it's too
Oh,
loud.
okay. Should be good now. I muted it.
Give it a test.
Should be just us.
Should be. Yeah, I just duplicated them and I guess it reset everything. Yeah,
There you go. All right, we're good.
that button doesn't work.
Oh, do I need to click on something?
No, well, you might have to do it like literally everyone though.
All right, that's cool.
But yeah, so the companies are coming together to get the Xfinity customers access to the upcoming multiplayer beta. What they can do is that they can go online to Call of Duty Xfinity, some bullshit URL. I'm sure you can find it. And they can register until August 31st to gain access. And the beta is August 25th through the 28th on PS4, and then September 1 through 4 on Xbox and PS4 again. So, if you want to go play the multiplayer beta for Call of Duty World War II, and you happen to be a Comcast Xfinity customer,
I don't know how I feel about
I don't know either, man.
about my cable provider getting in my video game.
It's kind of odd. That's why
like that's a little too close for comfort.
It's
You know what
odd.
I mean?
Like that's what I wanted to pull this up was like. I mean, you've heard like shit for beta before. Like, I don't know if you want access to the beta, pre-order it or
Yeah.
hey, Quasi TV's hosting
Hey.
us.
How's it going, Quasi
Thanks,
fans?
Quasi.
Thanks, Quasi and Quasiettes, you jerks. Welcome all the jerks.
I guess for all the people who just popped in. So, we're BGS. Hey, how you doing? We're a nonprofit in Buffalo,
Hey.
New York, community of game developers. Great. So, Call of Duty World War II, specifically Comcast and Activision, are working together on the World War II beta. And the companies are working on making it so that, they made it so that Xfinity internet customers get access to the World War II beta.
Which is crazy.
It's odd. There's something just doesn't feel
No.
right about it.
It doesn't.
It's not a huge deal in and of itself, but it's just
Yeah.
But yeah, so they can register online at Xfinity or Call of Duty /Xfinity, whatever, blah blah blah. You register online till August 31st. The beta is August 25th to 28th on PS4 and September 1 through 4 on Xbox and PS4. It just doesn't feel right though.
No.
I
want like
You feel like the ISPs should be separate. Like they should be
I want
above everything.
my ISP to be not involved in anything. I just want them to give me
Yeah.
internet, and that's it. I don't want them a part of anything.
No partnership.
I don't want no partnerships, no business deals, no promotions.
Yeah.
I don't even want promotions. I don't want sales or deals or just
The last
Shut
time the last time I remember anything like this happening, it's been a long time, was Rainbow Six Vegas 2. Oh, it might have been Comcast. Somebody had a themed map. It was free. But yeah, it's a whole map. Hold on, I'll investigate this. Forge says it's bullshit. It's one step away from the removal of net neutrality garbage they want to pull. They drool at the proposition of making you pay more on your cable bill to play certain games and or packages of games. Absolutely right. I agree with that 100%. It's disconcerting.
like, literally.
Yeah.
World at War 3 or whatever is gonna be like, oh well,
Oh, I see.
if you're a Comcast, customer, then you get this exclusive game mode, and everyone else has to pay for it, or just some bullshit like that. I don't like it. Stay out of it. Leave me alone. Just don't throttle me and don't fucking look at my search history.
Do you think that they're listening to this right now?
I hope
You're like,
they
leave me
are.
alone,
Mr.
Oh my god.
Mr. Comcast.
Yeah, it was a
I know you're
Comcast map.
listening.
Yeah, it was a Comcast map.
Of course it was. What was it? Like the offices or something?
No, it was like a convention center.
That's dumb.
It was also kind of disturbing. Yeah, it was the Comcast event map.
No, I don't like that. If
Yeah.
they wanted to do like a DLC that's like the Comcast offices, that fine.
That
I'm
would
okay with
hit a
that.
little close to home on a couple things.
Whatever.
Let's have a
But-
war in an office building where that guy works.
I mean, we've been in office buildings before. Just
That they've been at
Comcast.
war in? Yeah. Hey, Quasi, if you happen to be watching this, I see a BGS map in your future. I don't know how it'll work.
Game side. Main side? We're on Main Street.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, I was just saying, like, how the hell are you going to grow shit? We have concrete floors here.
You got
have
there's
to-
like little pots of dirt everywhere, and
Yep.
you have to perfectly shoot it at the dirt in order to plant.
Figure it out.
There you go.
Anyway,
Confirmed.
yeah, it's just odd. It doesn't feel right. It's not. It's a weird sign.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe
Damn,
they're
this looks
testing.
good though. This looks fun.
Maybe they're Call of Duty.
I love Call of Duty.
I hate Call of Duty.
Huh.
But anyway, you might have to run into the next room real
Well.
quick. Because if it did it for this one, let's test it. Wait. Oh, hey, it's not working. Awesome. I mean, it's working. It's just it's not going. Awesome. We're watching the BioShock remaster trailer because BioShock turned 10 years old this week.
Fucking great game.
Great game.
series. Even 2. A lot of people hate
It
on
was
2.
okay.
I enjoyed 2.
I mean, it wasn't shit.
It didn't deserve what people were giving it.
I would
Like,
agree with
get
that.
it came after
It wasn't
1.
terrible. It just didn't add anything really. It
Yes.
didn't. It was just more gameplay. Which I mean,
Yes.
hey, you do you. That said, they had a fantastic DLC, Minerva's Den. That was awesome.
Heard it was
So-
great.
So I guess to play, like to get Minerva's Den, you have to deal with BioShock 2. Okay, fine.
Like, I'll take that.
Yeah, we can deal with it. But yeah, it turned 10 years old this week. Came out originally on August 21st, 2007.
That's crazy.
Right?
That's crazy.
I remember when that happened.
That's wait, whoa. So that was like 2 years into the 360's life cycle?
Roughly, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was before this? Gears? And
Gears
then
Gears came out, I think, a couple months after, if not like the next
fucking-
Christmas.
What else? That was like, to me, this is like in the very beginning of
Everything.
Like, yeah. Like this was like one of the first next gen games I remember.
Yeah. But
Fuck.
swap back now because it's just gonna loop. But yeah, 10 years old. 2K is putting together a collector's edition with a Big Daddy and Little Sister statue, and it comes with the remastered, all the remastered games.
They know how
For-
to take my money.
Fucking $200 though.
Oh no, they don't.
Yeah, it's a little
No,
weird.
they
It's
don't. I
exclusive to
take that
GameStop.
back. Oh, fuck off.
It's I mean, it's a nice statue. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah,
I don't.
$200?
$200, especially for a game that Azar, if you love that series, you already have
Yeah,
the
yes.
remasters.
You can
Yeah.
if you literally just bought was it Infinite on PS4, it came with the 1 and 2.
Yeah,
So like why?
so
for the statue,
it
I don't
is
think
it
it's
is
worth
odd. A lot of the general consensus online is like, nice statue, not worth it.
Mm. Yeah.
So maybe if they drop it down a bit, like that's gonna fucking happen. But you can probably find it somewhere for cheaper
Yeah.
if you so wish. It is a nice looking
true.
statue though.
Is it I'm assuming BioShock 1?
Yeah,
Big
it's
Daddy?
a Big Daddy
Okay.
Little Sister.
Okay.
I think it's one
Okay,
of
cool.
those kinds.
The cool round heads,
Yeah, they have a specific name. I don't
Yeah.
remember. Sure, fuck it.
Rosies, and
The Rosie.
wait, were you a Rosie in 2?
I
that
don't
what
think
you-
so.
I
No,
don't
you
know.
were an alpha. You were a special
Yes.
thing, weren't
Yeah,
you?
were like one of the first.
Yeah, Rosie was the Rosie is supposed to be Rosie the River
Riveter,
because
yeah.
she shot
The rivet
the rivet gun.
which is fucking
That was called. All right, we need to investigate.
research. All I remember is Rosie. I don't remember any Big Daddy name at all outside of Rosie.
Mr. Bubbles, I
Mr.
know is what he
Bubbles.
called it, but I don't think it was.
Yeah, I don't think that was like the type
No.
of Big Daddy. Maybe.
Working on it.
Hope so.
Bouncer.
Bouncer
is what it was called.
Bouncers
And then
and
in
Rosies.
Bioshock 2 was the Rumbler, which had the rocket launcher thing,
Oh, fuck those guys.
and the Lancer, which was only in Minerva's Den.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't remember Lancers at all.
You had a laser.
What?
Yeah.
That's legit.
They were
I
tough.
should have played Minerva's Den.
You still can.
I still can.
For $200, you can
for one low payment of $200.
you can buy it, and then you have it, and it'll be great. And then you have a sweet statue to go with it.
Yes. Go next to my Pit Boy.
I haven't taken that thing out of the case since I moved.
Yeah, I haven't taken it out the case ever.
It takes a lot of space. It turns out.
Yeah.
Uh, Yeah.
But
So next up on the list is that one. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is coming to Xbox. They announced it at E3. This is actually the E3 reveal for PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. But this week at Gamescom.
I read that it's butthole. What?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I'm like, okay. What's on your mind? Apparently buttholes. I mean, anyway. So, but this week at Gamescom it is officially announced that Microsoft is going to be the one publishing it. So it's going to essentially become a first-party game, which is an interesting concept, considering that it started out as just a pretty gigantic PC game. I know they also hit another milestone this week of like 8 million copies purchased. Yeah, it's just gigantic at this point. So
I wish I had something.
I actually prefer playing it solo.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, Subheart, how you doing, buddy? Or Sub. I'm gonna do
Hey,
Sub
what's up,
now.
dude? You can go subpart.
It's yeah. You're saying he's subpar now?
Yeah.
He's less than mediocre.
Yeah.
He's subpar.
According to his username fits.
It's just odd as for a game that's already so ridiculously established. He's following us now. Thanks, bro.
Never knew I could insult someone and get a follow from him.
Did you just nag that guy into a follow?
Yep. That's what I'm here for.
Now we know. But yeah, it's set to release late 2017, quote unquote. So I mean, we've got a few months left. I'm sure at some point around Christmas. See, he said no problem. So he's all right. As long as
We're friends. We're all friends here.
there are rumors going around that it's going to eventually come out on PS4. Uh-oh.
What? So this is gonna be like a Minecraft kind of thing where Microsoft buys it kind of and just puts it everywhere.
It's
like,
odd
raking
that
money?
they say that it's an exclusive. That rumors.
Well, it did
are
say
going around.
launch exclusive.
Launch exclusive. Yeah, so,
So,
it could, it could be a timed exclusive.
Yeah.
What's probably going to be? Give it a little bit.
Let's talk about PUBG. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds.
PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds is coming to Xbox, and Microsoft is officially the publisher
they're-
behind it.
I'm assuming they're only publishing the Xbox version.
Oh yeah, which is going to be interesting if it does eventually come out on something else.
Yeah. How will that compare?
Minecraft made Minecraft 2, and you have to buy it.
Legit.
He's actually got a point.
I would 100. I literally was at home yesterday. Was like, damn, I kind of want to play some Minecraft. And I was sitting on my couch and I had my Switch my Switch controller was like right there, and I was like, do I want to just spend the $30 and get the Switch version? No, let me get up.
Why on earth would you?
Because I bought the game like 4 times already. Why not?
You're saying that you would spend $30
It's
to not
fucking
have to
Minecraft,
stand
dude.
up.
It's Minecraft.
$30 to not
why.
stand up.
I don't know why. I don't do this for any other game. I've bought Minecraft more than I've bought like fucking Super Mario Bros. And that's saying something. Because that game has come out on literally everything.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my microwave has it on there.
So I
Yeah,
don't know.
so that's the thing that's going on. Next thing. Xbox One S is available for pre-order this week. One X, excuse me, not One S. The One S is, of course, already out.
Been out.
The most powerful console ever was finally available for pre-order earlier this week. That's actually what it says, just all of it. Is it going to be good? That's a great question, bro. I honestly, or that's up for debate still.
Yeah.
We'll learn a little bit more as it comes out.
Phenomenal. Like, it'll be great.
It'll be powerful. If you enjoy gaming and you are like hardcore into Xbox, you're gonna like it.
They have 4K TV.
I mean, I got the One S. I love it. It's not bad. But as a games base console, and there's a limited edition Project Scorpio version because it's online. Scorpio is closely sold out on Microsoft's website. That was as of yesterday. At this point, Amazon and GameStop supply the regular console. Like, I mean, that was their first one. But the only remaining option as of this time that was a bundle from GameStop, which is also not necessarily a bad deal, considering the Elite Controller is usually 150. He shook. Yeah, so I mean, it's just. You started that sentence.
My only gripe with and not the PS4 Pro as well. I don't like.
Tell you, the PS4 Pro is fucking garbage.
The half console cycle mid upgrade. I don't like.
They've done that every single cycle.
No, they do slims. But they don't.
Which was an actual upgrade. They actually did boost up the power.
But they never like. It was insignificant. You know what I mean?
It's true, but it also had
times might have got faster, but like some anti-aliasing might have got better. But it was never like, all right, here's.
It also had an HDMI port. And eventually, the 360 and the PS3 was his PS3. Did it have HD? At least for the original launch 360. Eventually swapped.
Even then, it wasn't like whenever they did this.
They're working ridiculously hard on making that system. Yeah, absolutely. But they can't afford to do it. And also, to be fair, other stuff. We'll swap back.
I love that he's just been like reacting to the
Like, oh my god, make it go away.
Yeah.
But if you, to be fair, the last launch cycle console generation was ridiculously long.
Yeah, it was like 4 years.
So this actually reflects what has been the history.
Yeah, like
we got spoiled as fuck the last time.
I mean, but it was so good. Like everything, but maybe the last like year and a half.
That happens every time.
And it's gonna happen
anyway.
regardless. Like
Yeah.
I was so. All right, like
Why's
just
the
got
light just got brighter?
I must be saying something right.
Something.
Like
God, is that you?
every like
No, I cannot play any bit. Just ones that I have loaded up already.
I felt so good knowing that I was getting my money's worth, and that like as long as PS4 wasn't even a thought, I felt good because it's like, all right, I have another year with my PS3, another year, all these games coming out, all these rumors. Oh, I'm gonna be able to play them on my PS3. It was great. Now it's like, well, I don't know what. Like I have a PS4, I have a launch PS4,
It's still gonna
but
play
the games
everything.
are gonna come out. Like,
No, they're
the
not.
Pro being so much better. And
Well, yeah, I mean that's gonna
Oh,
happen
I
if you get the
hate
next.
that.
Get the next console.
I don't
That's
like
the way of
that.
the world,
I don't
man.
Like it. No,
That's-
this is new. They're calling it one thing, but it's another thing. If they had just said, "Yo, all right, fuck it, here's the PS5," cool. I would have been like, "All right, cool, I'll buy a PS5."
So it's a nomenclature
It's-
factor.
Yes, it is 100%.
It's purely because it has a 4 and not a 5.
Yes,
That's
100%. And I don't like it. And it's just me. I know I'm weird.
Uh-oh.
I know I'm in the minority here.
Uh
I don't like it.
oh. JRPG.
No.
Yeah. So yeah, that finally got released. Blah blah blah. What's it say? It's bad how you can get it or can get it on Xbox. What? How do you?
The Uncharted.
Oh,
The new
Uncharted.
Which Lost Legacy looks great.
It does look pretty good.
People have been playing around
looks-
with the picture mode.
Yeah, there's been
Which
some
I
pretty
love.
spectacular stuff.
Yeah.
They with the whole like you can wink, make her
Yeah.
wink or make faces. Like that's pretty awesome.
Oh yeah.
That's a neat little like just a
Little
little
thing.
detail that
Yep.
really goes the whole way.
It's really good.
For those of you who don't know, Uncharted 4 The Lost Legacy, or is it just Uncharted The
Just
Lost Legacy?
Uncharted The Lost
It's a
Legacy.
separate DLC,
Is that it
standalone.
DLC? Yeah, I think it's standalone, but it's
It's standalone. It's its own thing, but it has a photo mode that lets you freeze at any point in the game, including cinematics, and you can make the main character Chloe make different like set faces, so she can make a wiki face, like a surprise face.
she could be like shooting his bad guy.
in absurdly awkward times. It's
Yeah.
pretty fantastic.
I
Sub wants to
forget-
say something. Sure, go ahead, say something, man. You can always say anything. It's the chat. You can say
Yeah.
whatever you want.
we can't stop you.
Well, I mean, we
Or can
could,
we?
but
Um,
we're not going to.
I remember it was something. I forget where I heard it, but like I know in Uncharted 4 they have the photo mode as well.
Hello
and,
to you
like,
too.
They had the settings where you could like, basically you could like, go like pause it, go into photo mode, and then do like hide enemies, and like
Oh.
there were characters
That's
that
interesting.
were enemies in the story, but you wouldn't have known it
Really?
at certain points in the game, and so like people would go into photo mode, hide enemies, and then this person would disappear, and they're like,
Like, what was
"Wait
going
a
on with
minute,
Bob?
What's going on here? Yeah, Bob. I thought Bob was the bro. He's the enemy.
That's interesting.
yeah. So be careful, guys.
That's.
You can spoil things for yourself by taking pictures.
Can you put your follower thing on it? Cool.
It is on. You follow and you came up.
Yeah,
Hi,
you're
hello.
up there.
Yeah.
Oh, you're at the very top,
you're,
bro.
You're above Pat's head.
Just
Just point up, Pat.
up, down. Get it.
There you
Nailed
go.
it. Yeah.
That's close enough.
This one's interesting.
Mm.
You have to want to see it again. I mean, sure, why not?
Mm.
Hey.
Oh man, there we go. We got.
He's
two.
just like, oh yeah, give it to me.
Oh, it actually.
It'll
stacks.
go away. It'll go away. in a
Oh, cool.
second.
No, I mean in the feed it stacks.
Oh, really? Does it?
Yeah. So that's how we can handle certain situations.
Just keep spamming.
Yeah.
Oh, again, I have. That's what that button's for.
That's great.
But so this is not necessarily unheard of for art to be stolen on the internet, but to the extent that it has, is pretty intense. So, a couple years ago, Blizzard held a contest for Diablo fan art. A guy named Toby Lewin, or Leuven, I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it, made a very popular piece. He likes Batman Punch. Donate,
Hey.
that'll make it come up again.
Batman. I think he wants to see the video that we played, but that was the last
No,
topic.
the GIF of the
Oh.
thumbs up Batman is our thing.
Oh.
You've never seen it?
No.
Yeah.
What?
How many times have you been on this show?
Is this for a follow or for a sub? or
It's
what?
for any of the
What?
notifications.
Oh, screw that. 1 second. Wait a minute. Will it work if I do it? Unfollow. They better do it. I'm gonna be so disappointed.
I mean, it hasn't done it.
I'm so sad. So sad.
You just unfollowed us for no reason.
I
Thanks.
did. I followed back.
Doesn't
I'm
matter.
still here.
Doesn't matter. Not good enough.
Oh,
That's kind of odd how it didn't do that though.
technical difficulties. It happens.
It's not really technical difficulties. It just
Hmm?
maybe because it detected that you were already a follower,
Probably.
and it was just like,
It
why
just
is this
assumed I,
asshole
like,
coming back?
Accidentally hit the
Yeah.
button or something. Anyways.
He made a very popular piece, Toby Lewin, in the contest, and it's since popped up many places on the internet. However, this one takes the cake. So, in the capital of the Ukraine, Kiev, there is a war monument where it's, I mean, they did just a couple photoshops. and it has now become a key piece of the Ukrainian war memorial there.
All right.
For the recent Russian incursions since 2004. So that's the original piece on the left, and that's what it is now on the right.
Oh.
Yeah.
So somebody like actually went over the monument?
No, like they use that for the monument. Like that is part of the monument.
Wait, what?
Yep.
What?
Yep.
That's awesome. And what?
Stole the shit out of it.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great piece. Like it looks amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, all they did was just make his wings blue and yellow and put a shield on him.
Yeah, I mean, but it looks great.
It does look fantastic. Do not get me wrong.
Is it? Who's it? Is it supposed to be?
It's just a Diablo character, I believe.
Okay. Just
or it's just fan art.
Okay.
In there. It was just a contest that Blizzard had for Diablo fan art. Was what it was made for.
That's pretty cool. I like it.
So yeah, that just kind of happened. You ever play Fear Effect?
Fear Effect?
Yep, it's a PlayStation 1 game.
No.
Well, you're gonna have a chance to because.
Hi everyone, this is Moiti, lead designer at
Fear
Sushi.
Effect is
I will
returning.
show you some
This is,
gameplay from our very first
from the-
prototype of Fear Effect, Sedna.
God
Glass
damn it.
and Hannah explore a
Why
supposedly
does this
abandoned
one work,
scientific
but not the
complex.
other one?
They're confronted to a shut door.
It makes 0 sense. I don't understand. You're probably gonna have to run out there again for the next one then. If
That's
it's
cool.
actually, is there a next one? No, you don't. You're good. You're cleared. But so what this game is that Foot says no, but he will be playing Alien Isolation. I agree.
Yo,
You're also doing that.
I'm just saying, you set it up. I'll be here for the greater good of BGS.
I would.
I will put myself in that situation.
tomorrow?
I can't do tomorrow.
Sunday.
I possibly can do Sunday.
Sunday. Heard it here first, folks.
Oh God.
Sunday. Sunday. Oh, we're gonna live stream the fuck out of that too.
Oh, I'm not looking forward to this anymore.
Yeah, it's gonna be a thing. Yep. All right. Back to this. So this is a game made by a company called Sushi, Sushee. He played Maximo. I don't know what Maximo is, but what it is that this was a Kickstarter campaign or a Kickstarter game that they made a couple years ago. It was a French studio leading the project. It's the remaster is being called Fear Effect Reinvented. We'll have monographics and tweak the controls. It will still have the fixed camera angles of the original game.
It looks kind of like a Transistor.
Well, this is just this was another game of it that they made. This is like
okay.
they made this game from the Kickstarter, and now they're being given the actual Fear Effect game.
Gotcha.
It's part of Square Enix's collective program, which is meant to give indie devs help with fostering an audience and growth. So it basically gives them a, albeit older but known name that they could give to people, and give them
That's actually really cool.
a little bit of growth, and also garners Square Enix some goodwill.
Yeah. And hey, they get another game under their
We
belt.
will not play the follow video anymore unless somebody else comes to
Unless
follow.
a new follower comes.
A new follower approaches.
That could be a cool.
A new follower approaches.
Yeah, I'm sure people do that.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It
We're not that
It's
creative.
not at all. I just thought of the Batman logo when I was like, all right, I need a thing. Got it. And then immediately downloaded it, and I've used it ever since.
We don't want to spoil it. We need to keep it special.
Yeah, it's only for specific situations.
Batman just doesn't come whenever
He does not thumbs up
He,
everything.
he does not.
He does not
he
thumbs up
certainly does
everything at
not.
all. SNES Classic pre-orders went up and then down.
Really quick.
Really quick. In the middle of the night, specifically 4 in the morning. For one, I think Best Buy was at 1, Amazon was at 4. Might be vice versa. Either way, a retarded time. They were immediately wiped out, like within a couple minutes. GameStop and Target have yet to go live with their pre-orders, but that's not a good sign.
No.
Not a good sign.
The people are not getting those things.
No, that's like when they went up.
I already seen the picture of like on eBay. It's like $240.
That's the thing, 240. Somebody's got to buy it for that. 240. Yeah, somebody will buy it for that.
Yeah. Which is crazy. I would have bought one and put it back up. Jeez.
Yeah, let's go. I'll find it. But the SNES Classic releases September 29th with its special rewind feature, which I'm sure is going to ruffle some feathers.
Like the rare replay kind of thing?
What it is that if you screw up, you can actually rewind, like Prince of Persia style.
Okay. Yeah,
In
so I
any
think
of the
that's
games.
exactly like rare replay.
Is it?
I think so. I
Did
never
they actually
played
do
rare
that?
replay, but
They
I'm
did
pretty
not
sure...
do that at all in the games of the rare replay that I played.
Really?
No.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
then that's kind of cool.
Good talk.
Because I'm sure some of those SNES games are
They're
really
gonna be
hard.
tough. But I can't wait. I cannot wait for people. Yep. Oh, Futch, you and your PC gaming ways.
But I mean, he has a point.
He's not wrong.
He's
but
not-
It's not to play the games. It's
I
to
think
have
it's
a
just
mini
collect.
version
Yeah.
of the console.
It's a glorified.
That's
collector's
exactly
item.
what it is.
I have a Pi that can play all these games at home right now.
Your phone can play all
Yeah,
of these games.
Legit. It's.
But
What?
Yeah, you
I was lied to.
You're completely
I don't
wrong
like
about
this.
that. Completely wrong. We're
I
not
don't
playing
like
the
this at
video.
all. I don't like this at all. I was
Yep.
lied to. I
You
feel
were lied
used.
to.
I'm gonna do some research. Just something out there. Maybe this was it. But
Prince
like
of
that's still really cool because like
Yeah.
a lot of old games are really hard, and I know I for one probably would not make it.
No,
through
they don't play
any
the
of
cartridges.
classic
It's
games.
a built-in. It's a built like I can't imagine. It's already small. Imagine the cartridges.
Yeah, that'd be intense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they're all just 30 games now. The other one had 20. The NES had 20 classics. This one has 30,
Sure.
29.
It's also got
something
Star
like that.
Fox 2, which is huge.
Never released, which I'm sure Chris is kicking himself.
Yeah,
that he
if
didn't get a
Langford's out
pre-order.
there in the ether.
So,
Yeah, but those go live officially on the 29th of September. And the final news bit of the week. It's kind of weird. Speaking of fast food chains doing weird marketing
God.
things,
All
Arby's is doing a Game of Thrones tie-in. We're not playing a song, bro. They're literally handing out turkey legs.
What? Oh.
Now, obviously, this is the this promotional material, but it's
That's great.
it's not near the end. We're gonna finish the news portion. Then we're gonna go take a quick break and then go into the main topics. That's right, you heard it right, folks. Sequel topics of the night. But yeah, they're literally handing out turkey legs.
I want one.
Well, that sucks because there's only 9 restaurants
Locations?
in the entire U.S. doing
What?
it, and I think the closest one to us
I
is
hope it's not like New York City. Toronto?
Not even
No,
close.
It's not even in America.
Yeah, you got Fargo, Los Angeles, Seattle, Norfolk, Pittsburgh, Phoenix, Denver, Omaha, and Atlanta. So if you live
Oh,
next to one of those,
that's terrible. That's like half of those are, not more than half of those are just on like the West Coast, let alone Midwest,
It's
let
true.
alone South, let alone Northeast. This is terrible.
Yep.
Will there be Dale Mail? There will be Dale Mail.
There will be Dale Mail. Dale.
Zuh.
Dale Mail.
You heard it here first, folks. Multiple Dale Mails.
Dale Mail with a Z.
Yeah.
That's how cool we are. But yeah, so they're like,
So
that's
basically they're not doing it. Like,
yeah, essentially.
This is BS.
It is they're making a big deal. Genius marketing. We're doing a thing, but no people live, except for LA. I hear a few people live out there. But yeah, it's on their Twitter and shit. So
Damn, what I would fucking love to go through a
I'm
drive-through.
curious to
and just get a
see.
turkey leg. That's
Curious to know what an Arby's
like turkey leg tastes
turkey
like.
leg would taste like.
I imagine it would be actually pretty good. If there's only 9 locations doing it.
Oh, those 9 locations are gonna be sold out.
Swamped.
Yeah.
You might as well not even try.
It is, yeah. Fast food chains, man, doing weird shit. Anyway, when we come back, we're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna refill my beverage. We've got one main topic, 1, 2, 3 Dale Mails,
Oh, snap.
depending on how.
Dale Mel's is. Dale Mail.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say more to that. It's like Dale Mills is what?
No, like Dale Mills is multiple Millses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna hand one out to one turkey and be out. They're like, shit, we didn't
Yeah,
expect
legit.
this at all.
It's like people want free food. People like Game of Thrones or something.
It's not even a Game of Thrones thing. Here's the thing: it's not officially Game of Thrones.
Really?
No.
So there's no time.
It just happens to be on the day of the finale.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What? What is the point? I hate people. Genius marketing, like you said. People are going to be talking.
They got
about
their
this.
attention.
Yeah,
We just did.
they did it. So
Yep. All right, we will be back in a few minutes. We're going to take a 5-10 minute bathroom break.
yeah.
Refill our beverages, and we will be back to talk about stuff and things. Tell me what you just told me again.
There's a little hedgehog stuck in a croissant.
We're literally, I asked him, are you ready? Yes. There's a little hedgehog. We're talking 10 seconds
It's
before.
adorable. It's a little hedgehog, and he's stuck in a croissant. Just a toasty, warm bakery bread thing.
Do you want to be that hedgehog?
Dude,
You sound like you want to be that
very
hedgehog.
much, very much so. If I had 3 wishes, that would be number 4.
What would the first 3 be?
You don't want to know.
Nope, let's hear it. You started it.
1, super strength.
I go super speed.
Honestly,
Super
All right.
speed would be
quick
more
aside,
useful.
right
Okay.
now, top 3 superpowers in like descending order based on like what kind of limitations you put on it. 1, teleportation. 2, super speed. 3, super strength.
Teleportation would be pretty useful, but if you have the super speed, it kind of wouldn't matter.
Unless with teleportation, I assume I can like, yo, Pat, let's go to the bar. Boom.
Oh, I see.
We're at the
Okay, you
bar.
bring it.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
Hold that thought, sub. But I'd have to say teleportation is a pretty good one.
Yeah.
If I could have any power set out of everything, Mark Zorn just subscribed $4.99.
Oh snap!
He subscribed for 2 months in a row.
What?
Ah!
Wow, crazy.
Good.
Let's see, Mark? What superpowers did you take? What's your top 3 superpowers? Batman is the great superpower.
Just Batman. Oh man, if I could have any power set though, like I love the Flash, I love Spider-Man, Danny Phantom. Danny Phantom
Danny Phantom
has the best power set.
Also-
invisibility, could go through walls, it could fly as fast as fuck.
What about? And this is kind of cheating. Ben 10.
No, because that show was stupid.
We're not comparing the shows. We're not critiquing the episode.
Rich.
Batman,
Rich
yeah,
and nuts.
he's legit.
Good times. But
Yeah.
can't play anything with Danny Phantom on your own computer, man. It's great theme. It was a great show. Great show. Did you see that he released? I can't remember his name, but he released art of what they would look like today,
Yeah.
quote unquote.
Yeah.
And everybody's like,
New
show?
People need to stop doing that.
New show?
Don't get my hopes up or don't ruin it. Like nothing good ever comes from those things. Like
no.
you either are so off that it's like, why did you waste your time? Or you're so right that it's like, why aren't you making this show? I don't like it.
God, I
full
want
of
that show
complaints.
was awesome.
That show was
Show
really
was
great.
so great.
It was really good. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, if I had any power set, Danny Phantom, he could take over people's bodies.
He could walk through walls,
Disappear.
disappear, and fly.
Mind control, flying, and immortality, so long as I get to peace out when I want.
So
like, you know
so
what?
there's an asterisk next to immortality that's like
When
except
until you
suicide.
do. Why does you want to see the Spider-Man so damn bad?
Spider-Man's cool.
I mean, it's just a Spider-Man pop.
Mm.
You can get one at Target,
Mm.
like right now.
Mm.
Mm.
You can, or Amazon, or anywhere that
A lot of
Popcat
places.
figures pop figures
Oh my
are
god!
sold.
Just give. Here. Would you kindly please run that up to the camera?
All right, we're gonna show you guys. I can't speak anymore.
We couldn't speak when this started. That does not look right. I like how the way that the camera's set up is perfectly like on mine, just staring right at it. All right, that's bothering me. There's something wrong with that.
There you go.
Thank you. This is actually the Civil War one. He's supposed to have a shield.
Cap shield?
Yeah.
Mm.
Anyway, so yeah, superpowers are great. You should get some.
One day.
Yeah.
One day.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna be Amazon's gonna have fucking 2-day delivery on superpowers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you fucking take a pill and you can super strength for like 30 minutes. And some fucking company, some big wig will get a hold of that and be like, fucking, we're making money off of this.
I think you just described the plot from Injustice.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah. So yeah.
Main topic for
Main
tonight.
topics.
Oh, that
getting
didn't.
ready.
That did not as much as I wanted. So this happened a couple weeks ago, but again, since we've been gone for a while, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds recently released plans for a crate of, for purchasable in-game cosmetics. Cosmetics.
I remember this story.
Based off the movie Battle Royale, which PlayerUnknown's is heavily based off of Battle Royale to begin with, so it's them just kind of
Paying
giving...
homage.
Yeah. This goes against what the developer said, which was there was always going to be microtransactions, but after the game had left early access, which it has not. 2 crates will be free to open, but the third will cost $2.50, which will help fund... Wow, I had spelling issues when I typed this up 3 weeks ago. Will help fund the first Battleground invitation at Gamescom on August 27th. Now, players have expressed outrage on Reddit, who would have thought, and other forums, citing that they no longer trust the developer to keep their other promises. The top post on the subject reads, "Just say no," that was all caps, to real money keys. This is amazing. What they say after this. Fucking hold on to your pants. Keys and crates are anti-consumer means of distributing DLC content. While they say that they are aware that the items are purely cosmetic and don't change gameplay at all, players are bringing up the memory of Counter-Strike's Go's reportedly $7 billion gambling market for skins, which is not necessarily wrong.
People have made a shit ton.
There's
of
literally,
money off of
have you seen the
CS:GO
YouTube
skins.
video of the one guy getting a knife and literally shitting his pants?
No.
He literally goes, I just shit myself, stands up, and as he walks away, you see the back of his pants, and you're like, oh my god, he pooped himself. He actually shit his pants.
I don't think there's a piece of digital content.
He got a
outside
really
of
cool
cryptocurrency.
He got a really cool
That-
knife
That could potentially
that
make
literally
me
made him shit.
myself.
Literally made him shit his pants. But so this is funny to me.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So these are players who are complaining and comparing it to CS:GO skins?
Well, they're bringing up that as an example. They're just complaining because all of a sudden, while to an extent, I can kind of understand. You got they said that they weren't going to introduce this, and then all of a sudden they introduced it.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't need it. It's purely cosmetic.
Purely cosmetic.
Purely cosmetic. So that reduces it to
Only the hardcore of the hardcore.
that, and also it reduces the entire issue to, on like, this is what's the word? An honor level, basically. Like you said you were going to do something, you went against it. As such, we're insulted, and it's not that they're not going to keep their promises. Who give they don't?
Yeah.
They can promise whatever the fuck. Like you've already bought the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So surprise, surprise, they can do whatever the shit they want to it. If they wanted to release it for free tomorrow, they could.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter because they already got your money. But it is, I can kind of understand where they're coming from. They say they're not going to do something, and then they completely go against it.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right.
It does leave me with a bad taste in my mouth. At the same time, too, the wonderful like top thread of keys and crates are anti-consumer. I don't think you know what anti-consumer means. I think that you think I don't know who this person is, so we're just gonna say Steve. Steve is the one who made this. Steve, I don't think he never left.
Okay,
he never left. But I don't think you know what anti-consumer means. I think they think it means that anything consumer, like it's strictly against the consumer and not trying. What it actually is just cutting them back on what they can and can't do with their money. I think they just mean like fuck consumers in general, which is not what A, anti-consumer means, and B, they're giving you the option to buy something, which means it's actually consumer.
Pro-consumer. By definition, they're giving you the option.
And there's 3 crates total, and you only have to buy 1, and it's for $2.50.
I mean,
hey, it's Ed.
Yeah.
Hey, Ed, how you doing, buddy?
Heyo. I like heyo. Heyo is like one of my favorite greetings.
It is a great greeting.
Pure party. You never say heyo outside of like fucking everyone's having a good time.
Oh, absolutely. Right? It's heyo. But yeah. Yeah, it's just I don't think you know what anti-consumer means. Yeah. That's my favorite part of this whole thing is first off, they said all caps, just say no to real money keys. Keys and crates are anti-consumer means of distributing DLC content.
I'm not.
First off, he said the word DLC.
Yeah,
which means you're purchasing it. Like, I mean, does it say in there? No, downloadable content, however, typically is purchased.
Yeah.
At some point or another.
Yeah.
So
it
doesn't. All right. So it just goes down to the whole microtransaction. These are how microtransactions are just Satan's fucking personal favorite toy to drop on apparently consumers.
Segue.
No, that was it.
Oh,
that was it. But it's just microtransactions aren't that goddamn bad. Like,
generally, they've gotten better. They used to be really.
There were
bad.
some times where like, it kind of sucks. Like when it actually like was pay to win.
Yeah,
but
a lot of people have moved away from that.
They moved away because it was just poor design.
Yeah.
It was just screwing over their own game. So if it screws their game, why are they going to keep doing it? That's just good business and design.
Yeah,
but this is purely cosmetic. This is not helping anybody. It's just giving you a jacket because all the things are just clothing items in the game.
Yeah.
So, that guy has a jacket that I don't have. Ergo, fuck this game, is what it's boiling down to.
Which you can still get.
Which
potentially.
he could get, yeah. And again, you can purchase the other 2 crates. However, you can also get them by in the game.
So that's what feels... I feel more gross about that. The fact that they do all the things like that a fucking drug dealer would do for a drug addict.
First one's free.
Yeah, exactly. Like that feels worse to me than
that's
the
game
rest
design.
Of it.
That is game design.
Yeah, and that feels gross.
It's poking the same parts of the brain. All game designs are. You like Call of Duty? Guess what? Fucking does it.
So many numbers popping up.
Yeah, they just ding 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 ding.
Yeah.
Yep, what was it? Whose law is it that a lesser being responds positively to a bell?
Fucking forget. But yeah, basically, it's superficial rewards, numbers and flashing lights, and all the good stuff to keep you kind of.
That brings up what we says like period cosmetics is good. Look at how CS:GO is doing. Now, when you take the game like I don't know arcade, does you become scum? No, again, it's purely cosmetic. Who gives a shit?
Yeah,
and then it boils that down to either A, that guy has a thing that I want, but he bought, so I don't have because I didn't buy it. Which who cares? But then it boils it down to even Pat says like, well, they said they were gonna do something and then they did it. Again, kind of shitty, but they can do whatever they want. Like I don't understand. They don't owe you anything. It's a business. They're making you a toy to play, and they can do whatever they want to that toy. Is what it is. Yeah. This happened a couple weeks ago. It is already completely flamed out. Everybody's forgotten of its
They
existence
moved on to something
immediately. It's just another case that I wanted to at least touch on it.
Yeah.
Because stop being idiots, all of you. That's just to the internet.
It's just out to everyone. I'm sorry.
You're absolutely right. Everybody stop being idiots. Learn what anti-consumer actually means. You bought the game. That means it had to be prosumer to a point because you were able to buy the thing that you wanted to buy. And then you played it.
Yeah.
It doesn't
make any sense, but
fuck Reddit.
Can't please everyone.
Anyway, next thing. So we got 3 Dale mails.
Dale mail.
The internet runs on stupid, Dorman. You are. That's the pure way of putting it.
We got a lot of access stupid out there.
Yeah, we're fucking. If we could learn how to run on that, energy crisis
Perpetual
over.
power.
We will run on stupid. We will run forever. All right. There was an interesting article on Game Sutra, or is it Gamma Sutra? I always say Game Sutra, but
Gamma Sutra?
yeah, about the merits of playing bad games that leans at least in part to Abraham Wald's survivorship bias work during World War II. It's actually very interesting. What? Yeah, because apparently I can't read anymore. I've read about this before, but I never thought of it in terms of video games. So this is kind of long, so bear with me. During World War II, the statistician Abraham Wald took survivorship bias into his calculations when considering how to minimize bomber losses to enemy fire. Researchers from the Center of Naval Analysis had conducted a study of the damage done to aircraft that had returned from missions, and recommended that armor be added to areas that show the most damage.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you so far?
Yeah.
You're wrong. Because Wald noted the study only considered that aircraft that had survived back. The bombers that had been shot down were not present for the damage assessment. The holes in the returning aircraft then represented where a bomber could take damage and return home safely. Wald proposed that the Navy instead reinforce the areas where the returning aircraft were unscathed, since those were the areas that, if hit, would cause the plane to be lost. Makes sense. The point being that by only playing the good games of a certain type, you only learn about successes and lose the lessons on failure. Some games may be on the right track and yet still fail to do 1 or 2 wrong things. What's the lessons about game design, about game design have you learned from a bad game that made the games you make better? It's an excellent question.
Damn. That's a great question.
It's an excellent question. Dale coming in strong.
I mean, the hardest part to kind of like digest that question is that like survivor bias is like so ingrained in,
it's built in. Like it worked for them, like you see, like, okay, you play a good game, but you see only the shitty. You can easily pick out the shitty parts of it. It's like, this brings back of what we talked about streams, podcasts ago, maybe before it was even a video, was where we were talking about John Wick. And it's like, if a movie's really good and you really like that movie, it makes the bad parts so much easier to pick out because you get this really good thing and the bad parts stick out that much more.
Yeah. Whereas
it's the same exact thing. I'm thinking about this whole thing. I was just trying to think of a bad game that I played recently, or at least relatively recently.
Yeah, relatively recently. You 100% will disagree, and it's not.
Let's hear it. I'm so excited. Hold on.
It's not a bad game. It's just not a game for me. And it was Spec Ops.
The Line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it was I
was not expecting that one.
It was very much, and I think it was because of how I played it. It was very much just like point A to point B, point C shooter, and I didn't appreciate or like could even acknowledge whenever they did do those little things that play with your psyche or like the mental challenges.
Did you play?
Of war
you play
and
through the
everything
whole
like
game?
That. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean the ending that was fucking crazy.
It takes like
but
4 hours to beat that game. I'm pretty sure it's not
took
long.
me a lot. More than
It's not long at all.
I'm terrible. Then.
All right, fair enough. Did you play it on PC? Because I played it on 360.
I played on PC
back in the day.
So, but like it was a good game. It's just so much of that went over my head that like.
Were you focusing so hard on like fighting the enemy that you didn't?
I didn't
see the things.
Like, there was like something you were telling me where like in the loading screen there's like messages that come up after a certain point and, shit, and I was like
fucking with you.
I
Yeah, but
didn't
that
catch
wasn't
any of
until
that.
later on. You like again, even when I saw those, like it took a bit for me to notice them, especially at the beginning. Like you just see it and go, What was that? Because they're relatively quick. I mean, it's a loading screen tip.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know what he's talking about, is that Spec Ops: The Line. It would in loading screens they would do the little little helpful tips like press X to reload or some bullshit like that. But every so often it would say something out of nowhere, and it was kind of be a little like there would be quiet at first, like trying to remember like one of the more tame ones. Like basically it was just like, do you even remember why you're here? It's like what? What? What was that? Like who's? And then by the end, like I think the one that I remember is how many Americans have you killed today? And then the one that really hit close to home, like okay, all of those were fucking with the player in the game, like through like that main character Walker, I think was his name.
Yeah.
But then there is one in particular that it was longer, but killing for fun is murder, or killing, something like that. Killing for fun is murder. Killing for your country is patriotism, but none of this is real, so why does it matter? And it's just like,
oh shit.
What? What?
Yeah. Like I guess kind of getting back to like the question a little bit.
Hold that thought.
It's like what kind of going back to like what you said where like the game was so one thing that anything that was not that really stood out.
Yeah.
And that was just one of those games where it's like anytime there's any sort of psychological warfare kind of thing going on, it stands out, but it was so different that I didn't like it. And so I kind of took away like, all right, I wouldn't do that. I would want like maybe have one thing stand out at the end as like a conclusion sort of thing, but I wouldn't trickle it throughout the whole game.
Interesting.
Or like anything like that.
I thought they did a fantastic job trickling through the game. That's what made it better. Was like, especially if you take a step back and see over the course of time the transition of the character. Like he starts out like clean cut, like army, like who like Call of Duty, but by the end he's like this psychotic,
just grizzled,
just
beat
broken
down.
guy. Like, and the player model represents that too. Like they get dirtier, their clothes are torn, bloodier. But standing back, so maybe that actually I was wanting that to be a Game Club game maybe one day. I feel like that would, but I understand what you're saying though. No, let's hear what's let's say a serious question. Is console anti-consumer because of the fact that they promote console specific games? Not particularly, because you can still choose which console to purchase.
Yeah.
Is what it boils down to.
As long as you have options.
As long as you can purchase what you want to purchase for a halfway decent price, like if the console was $800, yeah, it probably wouldn't be the best in the world. But you can go down to Best Buy and buy one for $250. No. Trying to think of a bad game. Anti-gamer and anti-consumer is the exact same thing.
I really want to play Hellblade.
That new Hellblade game really messes with you.
Has no one acknowledged that the same studio that made Heavenly Sword is now making Hellblade?
No, but you just did, so congrats.
All right, well, I just thought it was kind of cool. Like a little naming scheme.
Eternal Darkness was good, but I would actually they started it, but there have been games now that have really kind of taken it to the next level. The fact that the Eternal Darkness had a freaking insanity bar kind of took it out. Like
fucking Darkest Dungeon, Futch. We've bonded over this game more than one time about just how that game, like you feel emotional roller coaster playing that.
That's
game.
not the same thing though.
It's not.
That's
not,
just
but
like through the gameplay and the stakes. I'm trying to think of a bad game that I played. Because at this point in my life, I've gotten good enough at picking and choosing what I play, and they're not they're not bad, like all around bad. I guess. What was a bad game you've played?
I've watched a bad movie more recently than I've played a bad game.
But how could you use that for game design? Like, how could you take those lessons? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could for like camo work.
But I mean,
and
like,
shit,
I'm this is going to say that like I generally am very picky with the games I
yeah,
play.
you pick them good enough that they're not shit games.
Yeah.
So then,
one game I didn't finish it, and I don't even know if it was because it was a bad game or it just didn't click with me. Was Game Freak's non-Pokemon game. It's like Teambo the elephant or some shit like that. It's like a
what?
Yeah, it sounds really
Google.
weird. It's like a platformy game where you're this elephant, this like fucking Rambo style elephant.
Rambo style elephant.
Rambo style elephant. Yeah, Pokemon's probably like you have to put like
Tembo the badass elephant.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, fucking Game Freak. Like, they fucking make Pokemon. That's great. They got it.
It's got a 7 out of 10 on Steam.
I didn't like it. And again, I don't know if it's because it just was the game or if it was...
What is
and
this
I guess that's the other thing. Like, a game, I feel like you need to commit so much to before you can even, like, say generally, oh, this is a bad game. Like, to go into a game and not know if it's bad, you either right away, I feel like, know, like, Terminator Salvation, oh, this is shit, or...
It wasn't a bad movie.
No, I'm talking about the game.
Oh, the game?
Yeah.
That was an easy 1,000 gamer score point.
And that is why I played it.
Oh,
but
yeah.
it was not a good game.
That was a good game because it was me and my buddy played it together, and it just got dumb.
No Man's Sky. See, but even then, like...
Even then, that was a marketing. That was bad
was
marketing.
Like...
It was bad marketing, and then the world, like the market itself expecting something.
It's I don't.
It was not a bad game.
I don't know the last bad game I played.
I'm trying to think back now.
Yeah, because like you got to go real back, like far back.
Almost said.
And now, like the game is really good.
That's what I've been told. I have thought about booting it back up again. Like, I enjoyed it at the time. It just wasn't enough to hold me. But here's one that's going to be kind of interesting that you said you didn't finish, so it's kind of bringing it up. It wasn't a bad game, but Fallout 4.
A lot of people were not feeling Fallout 4.
It was the exact same thing.
Yeah, where like it's...
Which isn't a bad thing. It was good, but I got to a certain point and I had my fill.
Like, I can't... And even and there's also so many things that go into a game that like even if one thing is really bad, like fucking Mass Effect animations,
I still am
Assassin's Creed animations.
I've almost finished Andromeda. I love it. It's so much fun.
Like, so much like there's so much more to a game than like one little thing, and I feel like it's pretty hard to get everything wrong in a game, and it come out and you hear about it and you feel like you should spend your money on it. Like, for a game to be bad, and then it gets through all those, like, blockades of why you shouldn't buy it, and you buy it anyways, it's probably not a bad game. You've probably got bad parts.
Or you've got bad taste.
Or, yeah, or you just don't, you have blinders on. You don't know what's going on. But, yeah, No Man's Sky, I wanted to like No Man's Sky. Honestly, I only played it a little bit, but, like, it was the marketing thing.
It was like exactly what they said it was going to be when they did talk about the game.
When they talked about what they were releasing.
Yeah. When they talked about the game, it was exactly what it was. However, they did not do it enough. Which was the core issue. We've talked about that shit ad nauseum way back in the day. But, you know, it sucks because it's what it does pretty well.
Yeah.
Like, you want to go fly around space and
kind of thing,
have a realistic fuel gauge and, like, actually how to fly around in space. It's exactly that. But that's it.
You can dig in some caves and go exploring.
That's it.
There some funny teddy bear cat animals and name them.
Ain't nothing else. This is where I stopped from that game because there was just like, okay, I've had my fill.
Yeah.
I'm done. But that was the same thing for Fallout 4. You kids don't know what it was like to choose a game on the shelf based on the box art because there was no internet.
Yeah.
Lots of bad games then.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. That's some pro-consumer shit
Honestly,
right there.
like, yeah, like that's. I feel like that could be why it is now. Is that like there's just games are so
lot of
easy
people-
to
yeah.
do research on. Now.
Oh yeah, like you
You can-
know exactly what you're looking for.
I mean,
At this day and age, it's like to me picking a game's like picking what alcohol you want. There are so goddamn many options. Jack Daniel's alone has about 6 different flavors. They got the honey, they got the cinnamon, they got their devil's cut, or is that Jim Beam? I don't know. They got their black barrel, but it's like you can get down to the bit
let's just
what
do
exactly
that.
you guys are old. What exactly you want, and the games are the same way. Like every Steam game has 4,500 tags on, like, and you can get pixel specific about how you want a game. And you can find something.
Yep.
And so there's some pro consumer shit right there. You can get exactly what you want for pretty much whatever damn price you want.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
I really can't think of a bad game. I feel bad because I feel like
Yeah.
I know bad games, but I can't think of one that I
That
could
I
use
played.
for this. I'm trying to think back. I enjoyed Kane and Lynch. They were bad games, but I enjoyed them.
But then were they bad games?
For Honor was okay. I could actually do For Honor. That's a good point, Ed. For Honor was
This is all you. I didn't play that.
It was a
not-
fighting
it was not
game.
A game for me.
it was a fighting game.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they didn't treat it as a fighting game. We just got Dwarf cheered us.
What?
That's our first ever cheer ever.
OG gamers.
Oh, I clipped that shit.
We got some
That's a-
bits.
We got some bits.
We got some bits and oh, dude, we should. Can you put like a limit or restriction on cheers? Like, can we only cheer in multiples of 8 so that we can say people are donating bytes? Because that would be so much better.
I feel like that would be a little shitty.
For who? We can get 8 times as many bits. Or 1/8 as many
Yes,
bits.
shiny fake internet money. It doesn't matter because it's shiny, and
That's true. Yeah.
we've got them.
No, but like what Fudge said, like if a game has mixed reviews,
You don't buy it,
fucking
or
pass on it.
unless you've played it, you play it.
Yeah.
You have to do something, or there's a gajillion of people playing it on YouTube.
What's funny?
You can watch somebody do it.
What's funny is that demos have gone away.
They have through a lot of cases. Yeah,
But like now, we're streaming right now on Twitch. You
Yeah.
can Twitch search any game, and
you
probably
can find
there
somebody playing it. You can decide like that looks fun. That does not look
Yeah.
fun. End of transaction.
Yep.
Like it's so.
No more pre-rendered trailers, and
I mean, they still
all this
exist,
guessing.
but there's still gameplay trailers. Like, and I like CGI or trailers like the cinematic ones because it tells you the
Mood and
yeah.
atmosphere.
It's
more,
it's the theme
but-
of it, which I really appreciate. Cheer 8, bite me.
What?
I can see the bite. I see what
yeah,
you did there.
Yeah,
But I don't understand the cheer 8.
I'll take it.
Sure. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. But that threw off my train of thought a little bit. But yeah, like you get mixed reviews. But talking about what was the game I was gonna say? Then you get 8,975 hours in a game. Thumbs down. We've talked about that before. Oh shit, that's right. Etto was talking about a game. Hold on. For Honor. That reminds
Yeah.
me about that. So For Honor, for a fighting game, it was okay. But the thing is, they didn't feel it as a fighting game. I'm talking like a Mortal Kombat style fighting game, is what it really was.
Really?
Yeah, like you would 1v1 a dude, and then there was combos for each character, and each character was different, and then you had to block, and some characters blocked differently. It was a fighting game. They didn't feel it like that. It didn't feel like that during the beta, which was the weirdest part. And then when I actually played it, the campaign was god awful. The campaign was bad. I stopped playing the game because A, the campaign was bad, and B, when I tried to go back to the multiplayer a week after not playing, I was getting owned.
Done.
Like people had already gone and surpassed everything
Okay.
that I could do,
Yeah.
which was another sign of a fighting game.
Yeah.
And so
You
it's
get
like,
left in the dust real
yeah,
quick.
it's like, so part of the community, that campaign was terrible. The campaign did a thing where it forced you into a specific character role, like, or a specific class. And then it would throw you into general situations. And a lot of times, design-wise, they were not built for that character. There was the where I finally ended it on was a character who's basically supposed to be quick moving, light armored, and mostly for counter dodge, was thrown up against a situation where there was literally 10 dudes in a tiny room, and then after that, one big boss dude. Like, I literally am not built for this.
That sucks.
Literally am not built for this.
Yeah.
And the game's like, did you win yet? Like, no. Like, that was poor design. So I guess if I could pick anything from that to finally answer the goddamn question, is if you're going to make a game based on characters who have certain strengths and weaknesses, don't throw them into a situation where they could, especially in a
completely
single player
disregard
campaign,
that.
where it's just like, we know all that careful, like, balancing we did to get this character right, yeah?
Nah.
Fuck it. Like, let's throw them against the Hulk. So there's your answer to your
not fun.
question.
Yeah, Futch, that's bullshit.
That is incredibly bullshit.
If you put X many hours into a game, your review should that should speak for the review.
Yeah, I feel like that also, like, when it shows in the review piece too, when you should look at that and go, that guy's full of shit.
But
And just
people don't.
no, people absolutely do not. But that's where you're a bad consumer, and anti-consumer and bad consumer sometimes are mixed up. Where people see something, go, everybody's saying fuck this thing, so obviously the thing's bad. Not necessarily. It's the people who are speaking out about it who you need to investigate, especially on Steam. That's when you need to actually look and see, like, okay, if I were to say that The Division were a shit game, you would rightfully say that I am full of shit.
Yeah.
Partially because that game's amazing, but
Also because of how many hours.
but
you put
because
into
I've
it.
played a lot of hours in that game. I've talked about it ad nauseum. I put a fucking poster up on the wall about it.
Yep.
It's
Somewhere out there.
directly behind you.
Oh yeah, right there.
Yep. So,
Yeah.
but that's being a good consumer, and don't they shouldn't necessarily hold your hand through the whole thing.
Game that you hate to love. I'm gonna go.
Kane and Lynch.
I'm gonna go. BioShock 2 online multiplayer.
Oh my god.
I played way more than that. Way more of that than I probably should have. Like, I put tens of hours into that, which should have been like one of hour at max. I found it really fun, even though it was not very good. Servers
was
were always
terrible.
empty.
Because the game it was terrible.
It was not made to be a multiplayer game like that.
No, that was the weirdest part. Is that was in the era of just throwing
Yes, throw multiplayer. in.
multiple people in, and then going. It didn't change the gameplay at all. They didn't balance it. It
Nope.
was just, here you go. I remember kicking ass.
No, I was really good at
It was so easy,
Yeah.
so easy. But then I like that was I feel like somebody asked me that the question of, like, how can you be good at something and not like them, like, very simply, like right there.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yep.
It's yeah, man, that was terrible.
So maybe that, like, even taking like a half step back to the previous bad game question, like, does that count as
Sure.
making a game
For the
bad?
purposes of this, sure. Because we need
All right.
something.
Here you go.
BioShock 2
Here's our
was a
answer.
solid 70%, a solid C. So for the purposes of this, I'll count it.
Yeah. All right.
Just so we get an answer.
Yeah. Sweet. I feel good about that. But yeah, Ed, so what's your
What is your question?
game that
What
you-
is your game, Ed?
you love
Since
you
you
hate to love?
since you threw out the question. He dropped the question and leave. He's like, I don't want to be a part of this. They're gonna ask me this next. Devil May Cry 2 sucked, and I know why. So yeah, thanks for the input, Push.
Oh, DMC. I don't know. Like, it was like a point in time where a lot of people liked the Capcom games.
You okay?
Yeah, I think so. I think I had a
How,
mini
the
stroke
side of the
there.
face seems to be sagging a little bit.
But like, and I think maybe I was just too young to like really get into them. But like all like my older friend, like my brother and his friends, they all talked about them and played them, and like I wanted to get into
The
those.
Devil May Cry games.
Devil
or
May Cry, the Resident Evil, like a lot of these.
four, I'm assuming,
yeah,
roughly that time.
Yeah. Like it, I just couldn't do it, and I hate it because I want to go back now and play it, but
I hear they've made
physically can't.
remasters of all of the games that you just mentioned.
Did they? They
Yeah.
redid the Devil May Cry's?
I'm pretty sure they at least like reported them, so
Really?
you could play them again. If not, they're on PC, but you
That's true. That's
could
true.
play them if you
I could
want
just be an
to.
adult. and
I
buy
bought
it.
the Resident Evil 4 port for the Xbox
Oh, I
One,
know they remade that.
just
Like,
because
has been on every console
Yeah.
generation since it launched,
yeah, pretty much.
and then backport it to the N64.
It wouldn't surprise me. They somehow figured that one out.
Thanks. But
Hate to Love, that's top strong, but Hawks was a game that I really dug.
Mm.
I've literally met. No, I love Hawks. Hawks was awesome. So you've met somebody. Boom. Hawks was great.
Did you play Graw? So again, just kind of
Love the
snippet.
fuck out of Graw.
Graw was another. I think that was like one of my early remembrance of a next gen game. And it
Graw
like,
was next gen.
fuck,
It was literally
great.
Advanced Warfighter.
Yeah, it was so good.
No, Graw was great. Graw 2 was even better.
Really?
That was
I
in
didn't
the
play Graw
era
2.
of good sequels,
Really?
where the sequel actually made it better. Like it looked better. They expanded on the weapons. They made it bigger, more like just more epic.
You know what's funny? I think Graw was actually the last game I rented from Blockbusters.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just a little snippet
That
there.
just aged you pretty hard there.
Yeah.
No, Graw was awesome. I saw like the campaign was badass, had great music. Like, oh,
Fucking in the
Oh.
desert, commanding soldiers to go left and right. and
good,
fucking attack who
good
and
control scheme.
It's really good.
Great times. And then, God, Tom Clancy in that era killed it. Rainbow Six Vegas. I still play that game.
Really?
I still play that game
Just
every
fire
so
it up every
often.
once in a while?
It's so fantastic. God,
That Clancy game?
Yeah, never played it.
Yeah, the one.
the one Clancy
Never
game.
played the one Clancy
Tom
game.
Clancy's Tom Clancy. Crawl. I remember when I beat that game. It was like a Saturday morning. I happened to like. It was one of those days where you wake up before everybody else, and I'm like, well, what do I do now? Let's go play
some video
Xbox. Yeah.
games.
A game that I hate to love would be Diablo. Okay. All right, I can
Is it
understand
just
that.
why? Like
Because it hates you,
Oh,
probably.
really?
Yeah. That's a game where it kicks the shit out of
Okay.
you. Yeah.
All right.
It's definitely a love-hate relationship.
I can see that.
All right, fair enough. I'll accept this answer. Let's talk about Groff some more. So,
I remember.
it had such a cool. You know what the best parts of it was?
the fucking nickname, the shortcut, the Graw is such an awesome.
It had
name.
a great name too. Yeah, but no, the animations for diving and then rolling. It was the
Yeah.
best parts of
That
it.
was
Like you
cool.
could roll, and it actually was like
you
dust would fly
turn,
up, and it
oh,
would
so
skirt the
good.
camera. So really,
good.
man, and then rainbow.
Play the latest Tom Clancy game. What's the one? Outcry.
Future Soldier was one after that, and then Wildlands.
Wildlands.
I did not play Wildlands because it was Division Light.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
I forget Division was Tom Clancy.
yeah, it was Division Light. It had the exact same control scheme except worse. It was the exact same game except lighter on all matters of the spectrum. So if you wanted to play the Division that wasn't an RPG, there's a game for you. It's called Ghost Recon Wildlands. Glover.
What is Glover?
I don't know, but I'm searching it right now.
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover.
as a
Oh, wow. There's a callback.
What?
I haven't seen this in forever. The game features a magical four-finger glove named Glover in his quest to restore the
What?
Crystal Kingdom by retrieving crystals that were lost. This sounds like somebody's on LSD.
I feel like I have another game. I actually don't know if I was too young to really know if this was a good or bad game. But looking back, it was probably not a good game. Billy Hatcher, the giant egg.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember. I remember having fun with that game, but I also remember being like 11.
Yeah. That's also interesting is that you have to take the nostalgia goggles off.
Yeah.
and then really thinking us out. I'm lucky that I got picky with my video games at a relatively young age. I think around 14 or 15.
Mario or GTFO.
Yeah, right. So I started obviously some things would cross through, but I got pretty good at picking what I liked and what I wasn't going to like, especially at that age.
I didn't. I played fucking Kirby Dream Rider and all that bullshit, and I fucking loved it. I was a terrible kid.
You are an anti-consumer.
It was so fun. I remember that Christmas. I got the GameCube. My parents got me like 7 GameCube games.
Did you have a GameCube?
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say they got you.
Oh God,
that would be hilarious.
That would go from being the best Christmas to the worst Christmas very quickly.
Somebody's asking where I am right now.
Ah.
Snapchat that shit. Put it on Twitter. Shadow of the Colossus as well. When I think about it, that's interesting.
So I haven't played that. I'm excited to play the remake. I think it's technically a remake.
Is there a remake?
I think I think it's a remake, not a remaster, because they remastered it already for PS3. So I imagine they're remaking it now on PS4.
Sure.
But,
it's probably just a port, is all it is.
Maybe. Who knows? But like, I hear that was also a great game. That and Ico. I want to play both of those, but
well, I hear they're porting him to the PS4, so
it'll be there in no time.
We should move on to the next question.
Yeah. What is the next question?
Love to hear your thoughts on add-ons for games, extra levels, DLCs, season passes. What happened to buy a game then play a game? This kind of ties into one earlier, which is why I kept it in here. But the reason why I kept it in here, because I feel like we didn't talk about it yet, was just DLCs, period, as opposed to microtransactions. So I guess expanding on it.
I am a bigger fan of DLC than I am microtransactions. I feel like microtransactions are almost like I'm not getting my game if I don't get microtransactions. Whereas with DLC, it's like, okay, I can play a game start to finish, and then if I want more,
it's additional.
As
opposed to another piece.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Does that make sense?
It's a dessert as opposed to a side.
I would say it's more of a continuation. It's eventually going to be more of the game.
Sometimes expansions usually are more of the game.
What was the question? The question was, what are your thoughts on add-ons for games? Add-ons, which includes extra levels, DLC, season passes, which could be all the same thing. What happened to buy a game, then play the game? My argument is it's still a thing. There's nothing stopping you from buying a game and then playing that game. It just means that there might be more game that you need to buy later on if you want to continue to play the game. But then that falls into need a banner for demo questions. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah. All right. Fine. Hold on. Photoshop time. No, the fucking computer's in there. Never mind.
I'm not a fan, and I don't even know if they even. I imagine they still do it to some degree, where like a game would come out.
What?
Then, like a game?
You didn't put an M in there originally.
I definitely did.
A game would come out. What?
A video game.
Poor reviews on that game.
Oh my God. We're going into some dark territory here. A game would come out.
We weren't ever not in the dark territory.
And like the content for the DLC would be on the disc already. And what you're buying is like the
bad
code.
Taste in the mouth.
Yeah.
That's a bad taste in the mouth.
Everything else,
because you have it physically, but then I guess you have it physically, but there's no way you can be like, but do you own it? Yeah, you own it because it's on the disc that you bought.
It just doesn't feel right.
If you had a book and there was extra sentences in that book that somebody had to come to your house and like take a piece of paper off so you could see those extra words, that would be pretty ridiculous.
Like, this is bullshit.
I bought the book. The words are in there.
Yeah.
Why is this, why can't I just see it now?
I get it. Like, I get why,
from
a technical standpoint and from a developer standpoint.
It's there. You don't have to put it out on the marketplace.
Less you have to download. It's quicker to get up and running if
and
you
then,
buy it.
Yeah, if they buy it, then they get the immediate purchase where they don't have to wait for it, which also sucks when you buy something because you want somebody to buy something, you want them to use it immediately so they don't get the remorse They want immediate satisfaction. When you purchase something, that is them giving you the immediate satisfaction. But when you think about it, it's like it's the hot dog complex. Like if you like something, you don't want to know how it's made, kind of.
Okay.
Like you like it, you appreciate it, but you don't want to know the fact that it was on the disc when you already put it in the computer.
Yeah. Give me a fake download timer progress bar.
Which, to be fair, that's kind of going away with the advent of more downloadable games. However, that's probably going to not go away immediately when 4K gaming, if that ever actually becomes a thing, because those downloads are going to be ginormous.
Yeah.
Somewhere around 4 times as big, if I remember correctly. But
I had to guess.
Yeah. But yeah. So as for DLC, it's a slippery slope, I guess. Good DLC, nobody should have a problem with. People will have a problem with it on a base level, and yet they'll still buy it.
Yeah.
Freaking Steve.
Very few people speak with their wallet.
Very few people. That's a very excellent statement right there.
Like so many people, and I guess this is more like a non-hardcore gamer kind of category I'm talking about. But like,
I would argue that it's not. Because again, you get those dudes with the 1,500 fucking hours in a game, and then like they've spoken already.
Yeah.
They purchased it. They have all the DLC. They have everything. They spoke with their wallet, and they said that they're okay with it.
About Call of Duty every year.
Well, to be fair, their sales are going down.
They're going down
pretty significantly.
Not to the sale going down.
Oh, they're not going to have to worry about that.
Going up.
They're not going to have to worry. Honestly, the hate talk to me is just kind of like that's died, if nothing else, because it's just Call of Duty's become just like that in the background process. Like it's Madden, it's FIFA, it's going to come out every year. Yeah. Who cares at this point?
That is true.
At least that's the way I've seen it, and I've seen a lot of people just be like, Call of Duty's going. It's weird to me. Why is it called World War II? Why is it called World War II? Call of Duty is from World War II. There's more World War II Call of Duties than there are not. Why are they calling it Call of Duty World War II? That's the weirdest part to me.
Because they did World at War already. And they can't do
World
at War.
You couldn't come up with another goddamn name for World War II?
No.
None of them?
2 W's in the title. So they can shorten it.
It's so weird to me. It's just like... It's like, well, what would be? I was thinking of this last night, actually, while I was going to sleep. This is what I think about. It was Call of Duty World War II. Like I came out with, it would be like, let's say Star Wars. If Star Wars all of a sudden became like set in the modern day and completely not Star Wars, but then immediately, like a couple of movies later, went back to Star Wars. But then they called it Star Wars. Like, it was never not Star Wars.
The origins is Star Wars.
You can't. I don't. It's boring as hell to us. Excuse me. That's the whole COD thing. It's boring hell to us because we played a ton of them, but they get new players every year. Actually, honestly, they don't get new players every year, according to their own statistics.
Is it?
They're dropping about 9 to 13% every generation.
But do you think that's them not getting new players, or just people not renewing again every year to their Call of Duty subscription? You know what I mean? Like,
true. It's difficult right now.
Like
well, actually, no, it's not.
When the population changes, is it that people aren't being born, or that more people are dying? You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
True. But they were looking at the. It was on Xbox. Let's just say Xbox. It was on a console where they were looking to see who had at least a 1 or 2 previous Call of Duties, and that number has stayed fairly stagnant. Some years it goes slightly up, like 1 or 2%. Some years it goes down. But overall, there's not a new player base coming in.
Really?
Which is their issue right now, is that they're not getting new people. They're putting out new games. It's Call of Duty.
I'm not going to say they are, because it would be like a huge what the fuck. But I would
not saying that nobody
them...
knew's playing it. Like, it's obviously somebody.
Yeah.
one motherfucker out there has probably not played it before he's gonna play it. But
I would like to see them do Assassin's Creed with it, where they just take a year off,
Assassin's Creed, man, I'm actually
Come
looking
back,
forward to Origins.
do something new, and reinvent the wheel a little bit.
I think that's what they're trying to do with this one. That's
Yeah.
what they're trying to do with having multiple studios on it.
Yeah.
But they're not getting over the problem of
Still
it's
Call of Duty.
still one every year. Right, if 50% of current COD players don't buy the next one, but 30% of that number
Yeah.
who've never played COD buy the new one again, then they retain 80% sales. This is true, but their sales are going down. Like
Yeah, it's
their
still
own
80.
numbers
Yeah.
are like saying it that they're going down. Are they in trouble? No.
No,
Like 80 million copies sold is still 80 million copies
Yeah.
sold.
it's not 85.
Yeah.
It's not 90.
But the fact
But-
that ever since Ghost specifically is when each year there's another chunk off. There's another chunk off. What I think they're trying to really push with World War II is trying to push that back up again.
I'm surprised I haven't seen more ads and shit for it though.
If you, there might have been something to it many podcasts ago. Many moons. There was
moons.
an issue with them running people playing the game, and then they were getting taken down for violence on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah,
I missed that.
yeah. This was oh wow, this was like back in May,
Oh,
like
wow.
May or April, like when they first started
Yeah.
showing the advertising. Yeah, people tried to play the game, stream it, or run the trailer, and their videos were taken down off YouTube for violence.
Oh, maybe I do remember hearing something about
Yeah,
that.
you might
I
have
didn't
been
know
on the
it was Call of
podcast.
Duty. Yeah,
Yeah.
I might have. Man, it was many moons ago, like you said.
many moons. But yeah, so whether that's part of it, I don't know. I've seen a lot of trailers, but you're right, there's not a lot of YouTube ads for it. That's where I primarily see ads for that stuff now. There's not a lot of them,
Yeah.
which is intriguing, I guess. But at the same time too, it's Call of Duty. Do
Yeah.
they really need to advertise that
People
much?
know that Call of Duty's coming out.
Yeah, it's Call of Duty. They got a couple banners on a couple websites. Their favorite
go.
streamer might be playing
And
it.
honestly, they don't need to do much advertising that far before launch. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, once people know, the people who buy Call of Duty are
Once
going to get
fall
Call of Duty.
hits, once fall hits, I'm sure things are gonna get ramped up.
People
pretty
are
hard.
going to go, oh shit, there's a Call of Duty
Yeah.
coming out this year.
Round-
Now I got to make room for it in my butt. No, they're going to be like, oh, fucking getting Call of
Yeah.
Duty. getting
Roundabout
Madden, getting
October,
FIFA.
October is probably going to be where they ramp that up,
Yeah.
or they're not, because why do they need to? It's you go to a GameStop and there's 45 freaking posters for it
Yeah.
or everywhere.
Save on that advertisement money and marketing budget. Get some of that back.
Wow.
Yeah.
I completely lost track of where we were on that. That was a long one.
That was a long one.
That was a long one, but a good one. Let's
was
see
good.
here. I should have one more on here. Last one. Last one, and we might do after credits, because this conversation's going pretty good. Whew. So this was actually based off of an extra credits video. Is where this originally came from. I watched the video. Extra credits is always good.
Always good.
If you want to watch a YouTube series about video game design, extra credits, man, they're so fantastic. I'm curious what your thoughts are on the relative usefulness of actions and things within a game. In an open world game, does there need to be more stuff, even if it isn't super useful to solve challenges / quests? Is there ever a good reason to have a bad mechanic,
I remember this video.
bad, or a suboptimal item in a game? Bringing back Assassin's Creed. You want a map full of shit that means nothing.
Yeah. that's the
Assassin's
game for
Creed.
you.
Yeah. Like there is, you look everywhere and there is something to do,
There's a shiny thing.
but does any of it really affect anything?
No,
The last one
none.
I can think of that actually did was Black Flag. After that, there was just shit there to fill shit into it.
And Black Flag is the next one for me to play, and I already feel that. So
Yeah. Like they got the shanties. They got Assassin's Creed is great because you could pick up pieces and get like a special suit of armor. That was always the best part. It's like there was one suit of armor. On
Yeah.
Black Flag, I think there's actually two, depending on which one you want, because they do different things. But like in Assassin's Creed 2, you could get Altair's armor if you did all the puzzle pieces.
Super cool.
Assassin's Creed 3, you could get, I can't remember what you could get in that one, but there was something else similar to it. Like there was always something that if you find all the pieces, it meant something.
Yeah, you get a reward.
In Unity, there was that thing you could do, but it was purely cosmetic. It wasn't armor, it wasn't better, it was just something to put on.
Oh, what?
And then you could still change out your pieces of gear underneath it, essentially.
Okay.
That was like the first time we're like, why did I even do that then? Because they treat it the exact same way as they treated all those other pieces of armor, which there's always been one in every Assassin's Creed. And like, yeah, here's the one for this one. I'm like, cool. It's always the best armor. I'm going to work for it, explore the world. It's a nice way, if you're going for that, it's a nice way to force players to explore things they wouldn't necessarily do or push them to a limit. Maybe keeping with the Assassin's Creed thing, like it's a climbing puzzle that they need to figure out. But that one, it's like, yeah, it was literally just for cosmetic. Like, that was a kick in the pants.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, yeah, and kind of like you said, I think that's one of the, like in the video, go watch the video. It's a really good extra credits video. They talk about the red herring?
Yes.
Where that is one of, I think, personally my favorite reasons why they would have these quote bad mechanics or like weird design in a game, that suboptimal design, is to force you to explore. Like it gives you a reason to do something, whether it's figuring out more about this bad thing or getting a good thing that's, you know, not bad or whatever. Like it's another MacGuffin to kind of put you in point you in a direction and keep you moving. You know what I mean?
There is sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No.
There is another one that I was thinking about this yesterday too, was especially older horror games, and even still kind of now, like Silent Hill 2 is the one I always bring up, was they purposefully made the controls bad so that you were not a powerhouse, so that you couldn't actively like take everything on. You had to run. So the controls were bad. Like you had to physically, I think it's Silent Hill, so you had to hold a button to enter the fight mode, basically. And then it was either a button press or like a stick swing. And that's how you actually threw like whatever you were doing, like whatever blunt object. So like there was a process. And since there was fixed camera angles, you didn't necessarily, it
wasn't fluid.
You would enter a room, and each room had a loading screen in between the doors, because we're talking like 2001, 2002. And I remember there was one instance where we were in tight quarters. It was like a apartment complex type building. I entered a room, and in Silent Hill 2, there's a mechanic where you have this radio on, and whenever you hear static, white noise come through it, that means there's a monster nearby. So it was a great mechanic for like built tension, because you know something was up. It's that creepy like noise that would get bigger. And from mechanic wise, the screen like shit was muddled. It was hard to see. So it let you know that something was nearby. But I remember entering a room, like into a small apartment room, and all of a sudden cuts from black back to the game, and just like immediately like there's something right there. And the way the camera angle was set, it was aimed at the door, so I couldn't see it yet. So I just have to click stick, and then I'm ready to go, like waiting for something to come on the screen. And was it terrible control design? Absolutely. But did it scare me the hell? Yeah, it worked. Like it was purposely designed that way for the fact that it's going to put them on edge. It's going to make it so that they're not a powerhouse. They don't have anything. Survival horror actually, in general, is bad design. Like Resident Evil 1, like, or even the new one, like you only have so many supplies, but you have so many enemies to fight. Like it
makes you be strategic. Like there's reasons why you would do suboptimal things.
Yes,
you know
there's numerous reasons. I'm trying to think of another one.
I mean, a lot of, I would say most tower defense games, like any game that really at a certain point makes you commit to like one strategy, is very like suboptimal. Like in an ideal world, you'd be able to just make this OP tank or OP tower or OP monster or OP player, but like any game that like kind of
Oh, I
locks
see what
out
you're
a
saying.
path, like
Okay.
if there's a skill tree and it locks out one half of the skill tree at a certain point, then it's like, okay, like it's forcing you to now explore this tree, so you can see that final power down there that's like really good and that they want you to try. You know what I mean? Like it's.
Well, yeah, then you're forcing you to play other parts of the game and do other things that you wouldn't normally do, get you out of your comfort zone.
Bad design. Oh, well, so like everything, there's an exception to the rule.
Oh, absolutely.
The fucking Infamous games immediately come to mind as
Which
bad
one?
ways. All of them.
Really? I
Well,
loved
no,
Infamous 1
they're
and 2.
great games, but the design, like the karma system in them.
Oh,
are
those
terrible.
were. But to be fair, that
That's-
was in the era of like everybody had a morality choice, and it was black.
That's true.
It was either save the entire world or kick a puppy.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
that
it's, but they let you teeter totter back and forth as much as you want.
In Infamous 2, they did. Infamous 1, you could not.
Really?
No, in Infamous 2, you could pick and choose which one. Infamous 1, you could not. You were set.
Really?
Yeah.
Like once you start, that's the path you go down.
Yep.
Wow, really? All right,
Yeah.
well, I haven't
Actually,
played Infamous 1 in a
because
while
I
then.
played Infamous 1 and 2 back to back,
Mhm.
and I didn't know that going into Infamous 2 that I could pick and choose different missions.
Yeah.
Because like if like a bad mission would pop up here, but a good mission would pop up here,
Yeah.
and they were for the same thing.
You would just.
But I always went
do-
because I didn't even pay attention to the other one.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know that was an option.
But it
That
shouldn't
said-
have been an option because
Yeah.
it's that's so suboptimal that it's like.
Well, I wouldn't say that's suboptimal, but that was just them learning.
Did you do it? Did
Oh,
you
I picked
bounce
and
back
choose.
and forth?
I picked and choose.
Oh, you end up with such shitty powers in the end.
Oh no! Well, the thing is, I for the most part was the good guy. Apparently,
Hmm.
I had the same issue with Knights of the Old Republic, where I tried to be as borderline as possible, but apparently I'm still a good guy
Hmm.
according to the arbitrary meter.
Yeah.
That, whatever. But I wouldn't argue that wasn't suboptimal. I was arguing that was the era of them learning how to actually do it. That's
I can see
because
that.
they didn't purposely make it suboptimal. That was just the only
They
way
just
to
tried
do it
and
at the
yeah.
time. Was okay. Now they can sliver choices in through like picking and choosing a sentence
Dialogue
or
trees
or, like
yeah.
through the world, like just figuring out a way to do it. Whereas that one's like, well, fuck, I guess we can make them go here or there, blue or red, which one you
Yeah,
want?
legit. Legit.
I mean, again, it's not the best of the world. I agree
Mm.
with you, but I want to say they didn't purposely make it that way. Like
Okay.
they didn't purposely make it bad. But and I don't know. I don't really know if that continues. Kind of on the same note, fucking Star Wars Jedi Knight Academy 2.
Hmm.
They did a thing. This is not suboptimal at all. I just wanted to bring this up.
It's just something I wanted to talk about.
It popped in my head while I was talking about it. So you could pick and choose your powers, dark side or light side, in that game.
Okay.
So and those games are awesome because you could do anything with those powers. You could force choke a dude over the side of a building and just release, and just listen to him scream. Like it was awesome.
That's great.
Force lightning like an entire room. Like if you fully upgrade it, you just
Really?
like you were awesome. They did a really cool job with them. And
That's
then
cool.
the lightsaber combat was pretty awesome. It was a great game if you ever get a chance to play it.
Yeah.
But the coolest part of it was in between the missions when you're picking and choosing your powers, Luke Skywalker, who's like the Grand Jedi, this is before they wiped everything, he would comment on your progress or like how you would go. And he always would come to me like, you seem to have a lot of anger. And I'm like, what are you talking about? As I'm like choking somebody off and force like lightning somebody away.
I'm happy.
Yeah, because I would immediately like they were so great because they would give you like 4 things to drop into any power you want. So
Really?
after like mission, and you get them after every mission. So after like mission 4, I have force choke, force drain, force lightning, and force jump completely maxed out. I am a god
God.
among men, and
All
not a
right.
drop spent into the light side yet.
Okay.
And so Luke's just like,
Uh,
we need to talk.
hey man.
You need some yoga. Those are great. Those are great games. So much fun. But, whew, wow. There's some tangents for you.
Yeah.
Got anything else to add on that? You want to keep going after this?
What time is it? Go for a little
10:30.
bit.
We can do a little after the credits. Well, for right now, for the purpose of me editing this later, we're going to wrap up the podcast portion, then we're going to do the after credits. So if you're watching this on the live stream, you can stick around. We're going to have a little conversation, talk to the chat, shoot the shit as I...
Shoot the shit mode.
Shoot the shit mode is what we're going into. If you're listening to this on iTunes or you're watching this on YouTube, watch this on Twitch. So you can also see the shoot the shit mode. I've been told it's pretty spectacular.
Like you weren't there.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us again. If any of this nonsense sounds interesting to you, please give us a rating on iTunes. Tell your friends, loved ones, anyone you think might enjoy what we do here, because that's how this group grows. Again, we are a nonprofit in Buffalo, New York. We are a community of game devs. Even if you aren't here, we do other live streams during the week. We're trying to expand. We're trying to expand what I do here, or what we do here, excuse me. I mean, this is all me. But expand what we do here in terms of streaming and just things in general. Like, the more attention we have, the better things are. And if you're at Buffalo and like to come down and see this place for yourself,
Come on down. Or surrounding Buffalo area.
or surrounding Buffalo area,
Rochester,
I don't know.
Syracuse, Toronto,
I don't know.
Ohio,
That's-
California.
That's a really long drive
Japan.
to see a room.
Just come on out.
We're at the Tri-Main Center, Suite 454. Stand by on the stream for the after credits. And so thanks for listening or watching or however you're doing this. And we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.